My name is Bob DePaso. This is Diamond D Farms, and we're in Prairie, Montana. And I came to this particular spot in Montana 26 years ago. And it was an old hay meadow that was subdivided, and we began to build infrastructure on it. I raise broiler chickens, I sell eggs, honey, have 8 hives here now. And then I've planted large and small gardens. It depends on what my ambition level is in the spring. I have a 40-tree apple orchard and about 1/4 of an acre of vegetable plantings, and then this high tunnel behind me.
My name is Ted Nelson. I'm a district conservationist in the Livingston, Montana NRCS field office. And my job is multifaceted. I do a lot of supervision, administration, but also I'm lucky to get the chance to go out and work with producers firsthand and develop conservation plans with them.
I was reading a couple of ag magazines, and I noticed that the NRCS had a program to help you get started in the high tunnel setup. So I went down to the local office, and they were great folks to deal with and helped me through the process, and I received my first grant about 7 years ago.
Before I came to this office, Bob had already started with his first high tunnel. It involved a lot of management. You've got the hoop house itself, which is obvious, and it protects plants and provides lots of benefits.
It made an immediate difference in not only what we can produce, the types of plants that are tender, but also yields, and yields on plants that wouldn't necessarily have to grow in a greenhouse. Just being able to mitigate the weather helps us grow better crops. We get a few degrees temperature difference, and when we go inside, you'll notice that there are actually 2 tunnels. I have a small caterpillar tunnel on each row underneath this for double protection. And here we get killing frost in the 1st of July many times. We're at 5,200 feet, we live in the mountains, and it's just something you have to take in stride, and this provides the best protection that we can have for it. I like the Gothic style high tunnel because of the straight sides. And I like to be able to have a drop down curtain that if I've got it up or down, it doesn't rain directly on the plants. The EQIP program provided funding to get the high tunnel bought and built, and it also provided some money for the irrigation system. Everything's drip irrigated and controlled, and so we don't use as much water. We live in a dry area, so that makes it very efficient for our water usage in growing our crops.
And then we also assist with nutrient management to make sure the plants are getting the right nutrient balance, that we're not over-applying nutrients, that they're applied when they're most readily absorbed by the plant. Well, we have to take soil tests, first of all, to see what the nutrient level is there. We try to put in the amount of nutrients that will meet that individual plant's needs without going over.
There's 5 different varieties of tomatoes, there's 3 different varieties of peppers, and watermelons actually, which are really difficult to grow here. We sell them at the local farmers markets. It's meant to go to the community, and most of it does go to the community. And the reason I got into bees is because they scared the heck out of me. My grandmother used to keep bees, and she would pick them up and play with them, and that just, as a little guy, that just frightened me. So as I became older, I decided I'd try it. Initially, I was just going to do it till I got over the fear of it, you know. And now I do it because I kind of enjoy it, and the honey has been wildly popular.
You know, we've all heard about the honeybees in particular suffering from a variety of problems, but also native pollinators have really reduced in recent decades.
The biggest thing is we have such a short season, and so in order to extend the season, I was visiting with the folks at the NRCS, and they told me they had a program where we put a planting in, and we designed the planting program around a long season. Some plants would begin to bloom early, some would be still blooming late, so we extended a blooming season from about barely 90 days to almost 6 months.
We've got 6 different native species there, and then the flowering plants, the forbs we put in between the rows of shrubs were a mixture of 10 different species, and they were just mixed up together.
So I have a water system that waters about 3.5 acres out here. We have 6 rows of trees and shrubs that the NRCS helped me plant with a grant. And I have another 5 or 6 rows that I have planted in there because I'm also building a windbreak for the house.
I think it's been rewarding for Bob to do these new practices and to learn new things, and he also has had a production increase, and I think the quality of the vegetables and the honey has improved. Livingston itself has what's called a food desert designation, and with this high tunnel and others that we've done, there's more of a supply of fresh vegetables which are sold at the farmers market and other venues in Livingston, and I think it's a big help. Bob has gotten another grant for a second high tunnel that'll be going up functional next year. And he's got some interesting plans for it. He's going to put in some drainage pipe and some other pipes to capture heat in the air and use solar fans along with it to create a thermal battery underground that can help provide heat to the high tunnel when Mother Nature's not being very cooperative.
It was financial help initially, but also technical expertise. They helped me with determining watering rates, and they helped me with soil analysis, those kind of things. Anything that pops into my little old head, I can call down there and I'll get some kind of an answer for it. I have to tell you, it's a very, very valuable resource and been very much appreciated.